Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Black Forex. This morning, we're going to be going over JPY. We got another market analysis, currency analysis video today. We're going to be going over the JPY. But before we dive into breaking down this chart, breaking down this currency pair, we have to say that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, but we all know why you guys are here. You guys are here to become better traders and to put a little bit of extra money in your pocket. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down this pair and see what we can do about that. All right, so you guys know who've been watching our video for some time now know that before we get into the technical analysis, what's physically happening on the charts, let us talk about the fundamental analysis of each currency going on. So we do have an uptake in strength in both currencies, but we'll talk about the JPY first. We did have some strong numbers for the JPY come out last week. And throughout the week, we had very positive news about the JPY. So we should see it act strong as the opening of this trading week proceeds on. And it's looking to be actually going to be one of our stronger currencies going into this trading week. Okay, and that's all due to the positive news that we had about JPY. And also, if you watch the video that was posted throughout the weekend, we did discuss about how the Japanese government is taking a tougher stance on the high gas prices that's crippling its nation. And that tough stance on the high gas prices that's crippling its nation is going to also have a positive effect on the Japanese yen gaining strength. Okay. Now with the USD, we did have a lot of positive news come out with the USD all throughout the week and at the latter part of last week. We did have some negative news, but the positive news outside the negative news. And then also we're starting to see a lowering of gas prices as well, but we're gonna have to see how that goes. Because if you watched our oil video we did over the weekend, this should just be a temporary fix. So we're gonna really have to be paying attention to the markets and the other different commodities to see how it's gonna affect the prices of these currencies. But for right now, the USD is also strong as well. So right now we're dealing in a situation where basically if you're going to be trading USD to JPY, you're going to be dealing with two strong currencies battling it out. Okay, just like it was over the last several other trading weeks prior when we were dealing with two weak currencies battling out. Now we're dealing with two strong currencies. So they're battling out right now. Okay, so now let's get to the technical analysis on the charts. So as you can see, we had an up in price since March, going all the way to about the end of March, and then price started to drop down, drop down. We picked up some, and this is where we're currently at right now. So there's several different ways this can go. We can continue to range out here, have a pickup in price, then continue to drop to this area here. We can range here, come down some, have a pathetic push up, and then drop. Okay, or we can kind of just range out a little bit and tend to drop from here because we are going to have some continued retracement. We are going to have some continued retracement, and this is just due to the fact that, let's go back out. This has not been this price has not been this high since 2005. Okay, and it's 2022, so we're looking at 7 years ago. Last price for the Japanese JPY yen hit a 7-year all-time high. Okay, so usually when you start to get to all-time highs like this, the retracement or pullback becomes much, much more aggressive. Okay, so we will continue to see a drop in price with probably slight pickups to the long side, but we're going to more so favor the short side. Okay. So like I said, we could range out here, pick up a little bit, then continue to drop in price. We could range out here, then drop in price, or we could range out, drop, pick up, then have a drop down in price. Looking at this general area as the next target area for the chart's going to drop down to. Now, while remember, also keep in mind, while charts are having heavy pullback or retracement, we have to keep track of the fundamentals because heavy retracement and heavy pullback can easily turn to which it was called price turnover, But basically, instead of favoring long-term long positions, we'll start to get in favor of long-term short positions. But for as of right now, going into these next trading sessions, the opening of New York, depending on what time you're watching this, the New York, the Asian, and London session, we'll be looking at a range, possibly pick up, then drop, range, drop, range, drop, pick up, then drop. Okay, so those are the overall three scenarios that we could see happening. Now, is it possible we could have total price? We could continue back into the fundamental direction. It could be, but the thing about it is, with the Japanese yen being as strong as it is, basically, like I said, we're not going to be dealing with two currencies where you got one currency is strong, which currency is weak. We're dealing with two stronger currencies, so it's more so going to be about which currency is stronger than the other. Okay, but so let's go over it one more time. We could see range, slight pickup, then drop, range, drop, or range, drop to this area, pick up slightly, then continue down towards the short side. Okay, hope this information was helpful for you guys. Happy trading.